In some cases, two or more than two different types of plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support, etc. with each other's help. This type of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. Sym means together, biotic means two biological species, they are together. Some fungi grow around the roots of some other plants. These plants supply nutrition to the fungi, and in turn, fungi supplies minerals and water to the plant. So, the fungi and algae live together. The fungi provides water, minerals as well as shelter to algae, and in return the algae provides food to the fungi. And lichen, as shown in the figure, is an example of a symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. Heterotrophic plants. Heterotrophic plants do not contain chlorophyll. So, from where do they get the food? As you can see here, the loranthus plant. These plants do not contain chlorophyll and hence they are heterotrophic. They grow on or in the other plant for obtaining food. They are insectivorous, saprophytic or parasitic. Example, loranthus that is shown over here. You can see the loranthus, it grows on bigger tree. For example, like mango tree. It has chlorophyll. It can perform photosynthesis, but it does not have the material required, that is minerals, water. So that thing it takes up from the host plant, and from the raw material obtained from the host plant it performs its photosynthesis. Next one is insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plants feed upon insects to obtain nutrients. Such plants are generally in soil or water that is deficient in nitrogen compounds. Example, Drosera and pitcher plant. If you remember in adaptation, we have seen the adaptation of plants which grow in nitrogen deficient soil. It is an adaptation because they have to survive. There is no nitrogen over there. So how they are going to survive? So what do? They consume insect and from them they derive the nitrogen. So the plant body of Drosera burmani has a flower-like appearance. It grows close to the ground. Its leaves are attractively pink or red in color as you can see here, with hairs at the margin. The droplets of a sticky substance found at the tips of the hair, that droplets attracts the insects. And once the insect gets attracted, it comes and sits on this, it gets trapped in this flower. The scientist Johannes Burman identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737, and hence this plant is named after him, Drosera burmani. Use your brain power. Why does the pitcher plant feed on insects even though it produces food by photosynthesis? Pitcher plant grows in the soil that is deficient on nitrogen. Plant requires nitrogen for building up proteins. To overcome this problem, pitcher plant feeds on insects. Saprophytic plants. Saprophytic plants obtain the food from dead and decaying bodies of other organisms. Some fungi spoil the food. Some are disease causing, while some have medicinal properties. Some fungi are useful. Yeast and few mushrooms. A mushroom like structure that you can see over here, it is surviving on dead and decaying matter of wood. In fermentation processes and in bread making, yeast is used. Some mushrooms are used as food because they are rich source of iron and vitamins. Okay, but what you need to understand is that fungi are not plants. They are saprotrophic, and hence they are placed in a different separate kingdom. Role of nutrients and effects of their deficiency on plants. As you can see here, nitrogen is important component of protein. So if it is not there, leaves they start becoming yellow. Phosphorus, it helps in conversion of light energy into chemical energy. So if it is not there in proper amount, then flowering would not happen in time, no proper growth. Potassium, it is necessary for metabolic activities, and if that is less, weak stem, wilting of leaves, failure to produce carbohydrates. Magnesium, it is required in the production of chlorophyll, so if it is less, then growth will be affected. Iron, that is also required in chlorophyll production, so leaves will start becoming yellow. Manganese, it is required in the production of plant hormones, so if it is not there in proper amount, no proper growth. Zinc, it is for the production of hormones and their intermediates. If it is not there in proper amount, retarded growth and yellowing of leaves can be observed. So children, observe the plants around you and diagnose the nutrient deficiency if any. Thank you.